fix people and heal them. Our PTSD programs, we don't know anything what we're doing. We don't have anybody trained in it. I had to study it from Arizona. And I've been using a lot of my own healing, but there's no justice. They took advantage of me and my family when I had PTSD, and they think it's bipolar. I got that label on me, but it's PTSD. Where's it from? Well, liars. People telling you that glycogens don't kill your mother. They did. How do I know? I started going to college and I learned how to research things. I knew she died of, that's the first. Well, there's a lot of traumas that have been coming to me, like my dog ran over by a car. Doesn't mean anything, but PTSD is not measured right. She says, my trauma's worse than yours. Mine's compound. And if you talk to anybody, oh, I don't hear your horse was beaten to death. Yeah, it was. The only people that ever give me any compensation, and I give them, are our police and our military. They know it. But not these people. They don't know anything about post-traumatic stress. And every man and every woman, it's different degrees. Well, Master Sergeant, he's a door gunner. Has he got PTSD? Yeah, in a different form. Not too bad in combat. He's firing down 1,000 rounds a minute. But there's another type of PTSD he's got. Putting men in body bags. So what did that interim leader say? She knew what the frig she was talking about. She wouldn't say that. They need programs. But there's nobody trained in this. My father was World War I vet. I talked to these men and women that have been in trauma. I started doing Reiki, but I can't heal anybody with no funds. My family stole money on me because they knew they could. They had me down and they've been slandering me as bipolar. Just because I live alone. I grew up a very recluse life as a child. My mother came from Australia with post-traumatic stress. Came into Canada. My father was a war vet. So there's a bit of an ancestral trauma. But this stuff's not researched. It's just that DSM stupid manual, and it says they can't analyze compound PTSD. And I feel trapped. I feel trapped not getting money back. I want them sued. I want money out of Canada. But I can't get through to anybody. So you go to human rights. She hangs up on me. I don't even raise my voice because she remembered it once because I had PTSD. She never forgets that. Are you going to yell at me again? See how it goes. Well, I'll disconnect. Bang. Is that help? Blocks to justice. I tried to get pro bono. No, I think that pro bono is. It's like everything around here. Tax shelter. That's all that is. They don't help you. You wait 5 hours and they hang up on you. I've been for years, so it's gone beyond this point. So I'm trying to get a lawsuit or some way to get money to leave Canada. I don't want to live here anymore. I like justice. I started drinking pretty heavy. I got clear of that. So I go in the liquor store and there's the guy out. 2 years. He fired 5 rounds at me. He had 1,500 for a shotgun shells. He escaped custody. He has a sawed-off 12 gauge. And he was driving around. The police got him up in about 500 miles away. They had to hunt him down. So they get him back to the police station. He escapes custody. Oh, give him a few more months in there for escaping custody. And then he's out. But did he reform? He says, "You remember me?" Oh, hell, that was the worst thing I ever seen. Yeah, I remember you. I had to have the money. Are you going to rob this place with a shotgun? I had to have the money. So you have not reformed. No. So I'm driving along. I hear it on the radio. He just murdered somebody. We've lost 2 police officers here. We're losing police all the time. These people have to be reformed. What the hell's wrong with Canada? What did I get out of it? $7,000. I got compensation. She took it, my niece. She took my property, everything. I wasn't getting any help. No. I had to process it myself because the psychiatrist was killing me on drugs. You know, if something's not working, Doc, you don't keep on loading drugs up. But you did. So that's more trauma. I never fought. And then I started getting compassionate for people. But I don't want to live in Canada. I don't want to live in Canada now. I want to leave for Australia and under my descent, leave and have full citizenship where there's laws on guns, firearms, and people friggin' vote and quit listening to liars on here that are distorting truth. They have no, oh yeah, Jorgen just lost his case, good. Because they don't have any proof. We don't know what's going on. Social media should be shut down on political aspirations, lies. We're dreadful here. We have no laws on the Bill C-11's weak. And all you little muffins out there are just defending. I defend the police officers that get shot at. I defend military that needs help. I defend everything that isn't freaking woke. Okay? I get angry at that woke BS. I don't want to live with wokey. I want to live with Canadian language. You threw Don Cherry out, you sons of bitches. There was no opinion on that. And then you're attacking Mackenzie King. You don't want to assimilate? Get the hell out of our country. You're welcome here if you assimilate and bear our laws, but you started going wokey. I'm sick of it. I don't mind immigrants, but you want to live here? And I told one guy, I'm not getting you in. I don't want to get you people in if you will not assimilate to our laws. But no, you just use wokey. I'm tired of Canada. You know, I was looking at an Australian police officer. He started mouthing off. He's an immigrant. He's got a right to be. But he says, "What's your name?" Wundagi. You're under arrest. That's how law is there. You give a police officer a wrong name and get smart like that, you're under arrest. Now, there's laws in here. I'm not a racist. But I get out here and I'm hearing F the Queen and everything from immigrants. If you're from India, this was a loyalist country. I want out. I don't want to live here anymore. Am I being racist? No, there's good India. But if you don't like our affiliation with the Queen or the King, don't come here. You're going to make a banana republic. I'm fed up with Canada. I'm fed up with our weak laws. I want justice, and I'm not being racist. I like people to come here. There's lots of good people to come here. But the ones that are whining, go. You know, there's a lot of good people here. Over there, they're from India. They're very nice people. Over there, they're all nice people. But there's some whiners. You had no right to go up against John Cherry. It's disgusting. This is friggin' social media. And I'll tell you what I know about social media. These likes have made people narcissistic. There's a lot of narcissism right now. Oh, hell. I mean, likes. I train a horse and I reward him for things he hasn't done. He'll get bad behavior. Well, that's what you people do. You're privileged. Good behavior. We get praise. And you keep on doing those things, or is that programming? No. It's called rewarding good things and not making life fake with clicks. Every time somebody clicks on you, whoa, that's a narcissistic effect. Tonight I haven't been feeling too good because they're suing me and I can't get a lawyer. Nobody knows what to do. I guess I have to get a bus to Ottawa and bang down the doors of the federal justice system because I can't get through Ontario. I can't get through. I'm nice. Pretty please. I can't keep doing that. Don't yell at me. I can call the ombudsman. But those bumbles, they're bimbos. First thing, you don't answer a phone and say, we will not tolerate. Frig me, I want out of this country. I will not. You answer the phone and say hello, and you might get a reply. But I will not tolerate. You will friggin' go. But they don't fire anybody anymore. Have you ever been fired? It's a good thing for you. You ever fallen off a horse? You ever been kicked? You ever been shot at? But they won't tolerate a little raise in your voice because they can't friggin' think. They can't think. I think there's a term. Stupid people. Stupid. He said that's not polite, Greg. Just ignorant. Ignorance is not knowing something. Stupid is not listening. I hate phones when they won't listen. I try to be nice. I can't be nice. I got PTSD, and I tell you, I wanted to spot for our Canadian Armed Forces because I meet a guy there. What's wrong, bro? 10 missions, sleeping at 10. What? PTSD. They can't get fruit on these cupcake phone systems. We have to have a direct line for our Canadian Armed Forces to get to wounded warriors. It's got to be right there. And 211 should be able to do that, but they don't. Nobody knows how to talk to a vet. You don't know you're talking to a vet. So, Cupcake there says, I want help with my post-traumatic stress. Cupcake just said, we'll give you assisted death. Well, why don't you just let him go over there and keep on fighting with the war? He's come back to get some help. Shame on you. I put you on a friggin' ice floe, baby. I put you out in a friggin' ice floe. Because I respect our military. And I don't respect that, baby. What the hell are you, muffin? And that's what I think they're producing. My friend left UFT years ago. He says, a muffin farm. I think so. Don't you? Jordan Peterson. Woo! I'd never liked him. Everybody, all the young generation likes him. I think he's a twerp. He's so sickening. I grew up in 1955. A little older. I feel young. It's a wonder I'm still alive. I've been shot at. I had a drug pusher pushing so much drugs at me. But I always knew pharmaceuticals, chemicals were never good. I always knew that. I'm like Don Tillman. I went to Australia. Think about it. Gone to him and went there. He says, they're all sheep back in the United States. I think they are. There's so much drug pushing, fentanyl, opiates, and stuff. So when we get do you blame anybody with the bad medicine of big pharma racketeers being the people flipping out with the culprit? They didn't know what to trust. In a way, I don't blame them. In a way, I wish that it hadn't gone that way because we needed the vaccine. But that's what you do. Justice on Dr. Abram Hoffer, independent board on pharmaceuticals. Quit paying doctors by prescription. That might help. Test these drugs and make sure they're good before you throw them on the guinea pigs. And I've talked to Canadian Armed Forces vets that are being tortured on drugs. Doesn't work. And that's why she hates me, because she's a druggy girl. She works for a pharmaceutical company. She hates me. She told me that. I care about those men being tortured on pharmaceutical garbage. When a Navy SEAL says, boss, what garbage do they have you? I'm not your boss, brother. If I'm even your brother. You're heroes. And I just can't believe our society. I can't believe these cupcakes that we're getting that will not know how to handle a veteran or a police officer or a paramedic or anybody. You got no plans. You got no system in Canada for post-traumatic stress. I had to call down to the States, to Texas, to get help when I was going for emotional abuse and the wife. They hang up on you. Oh, I don't believe that. You're abusing your wife. The lawyer heard her. Oh, Greg, you need a divorce. You're in trouble. But they didn't, because they're women. And every man abuses women. The friggin' generalization of people. Generalized healthcare. Generalized diagnosis. Generalized rubbish. You got a lot of improvements. You might saw. One woman said to me, she was in the Green Party of Canada. You know what I think? I said, what? Tear the whole thing down. Well, it might fall down the way the economy's going. But it'd be nice that they could get some help. Remove all the rubbish, like a room that's got too much mess, and put something nice in there. Start really working on some mental health care that works. You know, I'm playing guitar in the park, and she comes over, a nice looking young woman. I got a diagnosis of bipolar. What do you do for a living? Singer-songwriter, you're all the same. The generalization, they're all bipolar. She says, I'm trying to get some life insurance. Oh, God. You'd never go to them. But they fund them, and they haven't got any skills. What did they say? I'm not an anti-psychiatrist. I'm not any bad psychiatry like that stuff. Everything's DSM. DSM 1. The first DSM said homosexuality is a mental illness. I wonder if there's a 9. Yeah. I wonder if they diagnose those guys as sane. Or those cupcakes in the pharmacy in the Ontario government that are supposed to be offering services to the public. Do they call them sane? The human rights? Don't give me a hard time. I got worse PTSD than you. Well, get some help. But don't judge and don't weigh up which is more. Which is more? This or that? That's not up to you, ma'am. If you got PTSD, you shouldn't be working there. You should be getting some treatment. But then it shows me. She says she's got PTSD working for the Human Rights Commission. Everybody does. What the hell are we doing? Like, then I have compassion. But we shouldn't weigh our PTSD up. Mine's worse than yours. You don't know about compound. And how can you weigh it? Everybody's different. So that was where we went wrong. Generalization. Dr. Gabo Mate, read the book, The Myth of Normal. His books come out, but nothing gets changed. Silent Springs came out, nothing got changed, really. We never got rid of DDT, and it's still the same story. DDT causes Parkinsonian disease. It's hereditary. Hogwash. Hogwash. It's not hereditary. That's a neuroleptic chemical that caused my mother to die of Parkinson's. So they're spreading around hogwash. Environmental health, ma'am, not chemicals. And that was the first, and then we had a lot of the other ones that are just as bad. So we got a fake news system. We got people that don't look at the whole pharmaceutical industry. They take care of hardwoods. They got Dutch farmers out there. And then I looked at who was backing that. Some crypto firm. Upset. Crypto firm. Yeah. It's pretty corrupt as hell. And now, who do we blame? The war. Look at this. Mortgages won't be renewed in certain banks. This is bad times here, man. Canada is fallen. Who took the block out and made this place a dump? It's just been bad government and people. People of Canada being very mimi. Not talking about things, not discussing. Just so partisanly apart and fighting. So they don't talk politics. It's a disaster, Canada. You know, the people have given away their empowerment to this country, even in the United States. You did. And what did Kennedy say? It's not what the country can do for you; it's what you can do for your country. You've just, I don't care. Watch TV, baby, and I'm out. I got off TV. I hated it. Now I hate social media so damn much for distorting truth. And all these right-wing extremists. I've gone to every damn ideology, figure my life out. I went communist. I was Chairman Mao. Yeah, I fought the landlord class and just take them out and shoot them, like Mao said. But I'm not that way. I came back to a middle path like Buddha, but I was a communist at one time. Yeah, because I hated capitalism. I just don't like materialism that's on steroids. No, I like things, but I don't like capitalism like this. I don't like greed. And another thing, I was very spiritual. I was a Christian, and I walked away from that because organized religion was attacking women's rights. And then I hear Jordan Peterson. Oh, I can't stand it. I've always stood for women's equality. But I've never found a woman I can be kind to. They don't believe men can be kind. So they think you're lying. I give up. The world's screwed up. I'm a kind guy. I like being kind to my wife, and I couldn't get along with her. Somebody said kindness is weak. Well, I told her she took it. She had the opposite. And how many people to get like that? I loved her. I can't be with her. Them? What I want to do with them? I want completely never to see them again. I want the money back. They've been rotten to me for years. And I just don't want to see them. I want a restraining order and I want to be out of this country. So I never see those. I want a blood transfusion. They're real low life. They let their own father die in the house. Nobody would investigate it. They're real low life. They're just narcissistic little kids that are being spoiled. I thought they were good kids, but my mother said they're not good. Listen to your parents. So they've abused me and stole money on me, and I can't get it back. It's gone over to 4 years. I have PTSD. And it's got worse, and that's what I'm filing under. They're going to sue me now if I don't settle up on giving them $900. They want me to sign off. Oh, hell no. I want them to go to jail because they've taken his wife down. I want them to go to jail, but there's no law. We got lots of room for them. Is that mean? But the only thing, I had a guy go to jail for 5 years. Cop says, good news, goes to jail. Bad news, you lost a lot of money. I like them to work in jail so we get the money back. Don't you think? Criminals. We